Hi, welcome to my channel. If you are new, my name is Amy, or welcome back if you're not new. Today we are starting a brand new series called Reviewing Fitness Apps. We are starting today with one called Mila Movement, and I'm going to tell you about the app, my experience with the app, my favorite things about the app, things that might not be so great about the app, all of my thoughts, and I'm going to give it an overall score out of 10. And this is going to be a new series. So if you have a fitness app that you want me to try, leave it down below, preferably with a free trial or like a free version. Of course, I will pay for some of them, but yeah, I want to just kind of take advantage of those offerings. So we're going to start today with Mila. Mila is founded by the lovely Camilla. She is a influencer, digital creator, TikTok, Instagram, and she is a trainer. She started her fitness journey, she says, over 10 years ago, and she's really done a lot of work in terms of changing her mindset from about weight loss and about how she feels like she should look, and just enjoying working out, enjoying fitness, enjoying movement. And that's really what she wanted this app to be about. So if you see me looking down, I've got a list of my thoughts, and I just didn't want to forget anything. So I've got quite the list here. I did the 7-day free trial. So we'll go ahead and go into that, how much it costs. So it is a 7-day free trial. And then after that, it is $9.99 US dollar per month. There's no tiers or anything like that. It's just a flat $9.99 per month after the 7-day free trial. So I'm also going to give all of these, like I said, an overall out of 10 score during this series. So at the end, I'll tell you what I would rate the app overall. Also, my cat is right here. And just a fun fact, I did get some bangs and new hair done today. I'm clipped my bangs back because if not, I'm probably going to play with my hair this whole video, and that's going to get really distracting and annoying for you, I'm sure. But we do have purple in the hair. So that's what we're working with. And I have sat over a bit because I want to be able to put some examples and some things on the screen here about the app. Okay, so I'm going to go over, I made a pros and cons list, but I wouldn't say like a cons kind of thing, just like things that I noticed. And so I'm going to go back and forth. And I'm also going to tell you a little bit about who I think this app is targeted towards. And of course, Of course, anybody can use this app, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about who I think would most benefit from this app and who I think it's probably not so much for. Okay, so we will start with the audience that I think this app is for. This app is for those who really like words of affirmation, encouragement, and not super strenuous exercises that you can do in a time crunch. So who is it not for? If you like tough love, this is not the app for you. If you want super long workouts that are like an hour, this is not for you. If you want complex workouts, say you're a higher level fitness person, a gym guru, this is probably not necessarily for you. All of the videos that I saw in my 7 days were anywhere from like 5 minutes to, I think the highest one I did was 20 minutes. So they are very short and concise videos, which for me, I appreciate it. I get bored really quickly. I do not like an hour-long format video, typically. There are some exceptions. So I really enjoyed that. All of the videos that I saw ranged in time. Like I said, one of them was like a 6-minute hit, and she's like, you can repeat this if you have more time. If you don't, here's several exercises to do. One was 4 minutes, and it was like, if you have just 4 minutes in your day, here are some exercises that you can do. So if you are looking for a longer formatted video, this app is probably not for you, because it just doesn't have those from what I saw. Also, if you don't like somebody constantly saying, I'm proud of you, you can do it, thank you for showing up, you should be proud of yourself, you did awesome. If you want people to be like, work harder, push harder, get it moving, that kind of thing, this is not for you. Camilla is very encouraging. She doesn't have a soft voice by any means, but she just has this kind of words of affirmation style. And so it is a lot of that kind of positive talk. I'm not saying that fitness apps should not always be positive, but my dog is shaking. but it is not intense. The language that she uses is not intense from what I've seen. Okay. So like I said, I just did the 7-day free trial, but I feel like I got a really good overall vision of the app. Okay. Let's move on to some other things that I really liked, and then we'll go with some things that weren't my favorite. Things that I really liked. I did like that she was encouraging. That is kind of person that I am, because I am relatively new to the fitness world. I'm not a gym guru. I'm not a weightlifter. I've done a lot of yoga, so I know a lot of yoga poses, but that's pretty much it. HIIT, cardio, those kind of things are not really my strong suits. And she's very encouraging, and she also shows variations for pretty much every movement. And she said, if this is too high for you, or too advanced, or too hard, or it hurts, try doing this instead. And she always shows those variations, and I really appreciated that. And I never felt like I wasn't getting a good workout in, or that I was like ashamed that I couldn't do that harder level in any of the workouts. I felt like any variation that I did was still good exercise for me, good movement, and it felt good. So she gives you the option to choose what feels good for you. Now, of course, I like to push myself a little bit, but you don't want to push yourself to pain or to it's too much. And so I really like the flexibility there to choose those variations. And she demonstrates everything really well. She takes the breaks, say if you're doing a HIIT exercise and you have like a 15-second break, she uses that time to show you the movements. And this is not a strongly like dance-based program or like complicated moves, which I really appreciated. I'm a musician, but I, for some reason, really struggle with like movement coordination when it comes to exercises a lot of times. And I did not struggle with these. She demonstrates things very clearly, concisely. It just makes a lot of sense. And when she gives directions during the workouts, I find myself able to follow them. Say if I'm not even looking at the screen exactly, I could still follow it by her descriptions. So I really enjoyed and appreciated that. All of the exercises are really good. I enjoyed all of the ones that I did. I didn't find any of them to be boring. I didn't find any of them to be really too repetitive either. I didn't feel like I was doing the exact same things over and over again. She makes them very accessible for the at-home workout person. She gives you examples, like she uses water bottles as like free weights. She uses like a bag full of heavy things to do some rows with. So she gives you lots of options where you don't need equipment, or if you don't have equipment, what you could replace it with. And most of her exercises don't require any equipment anyway. She does use a yoga mat for most of them, but besides that, she didn't really require any equipment. I have a couple of dumbbells that I did use and a kettlebell for like the rows, but again, she said to use water bottles and all that good stuff. So you don't really need any equipment, and you can do the exercises without having all of that. So I really appreciated that. And one thing is, there is not too many features. And I'm going to go into the features of the app and how it works a little bit more in just a second. But I appreciated that I was not sorting through hundreds of workouts, confused on where to begin. I wasn't trying to navigate a menu bar with a ton of options, anything like that. It is very clearly laid out, and there's just not too much on there. I think a lot of times things can go overboard. Wow, I hope you cannot see this cat hair falling in the air. Wow. A lot of apps can go overboard in offering almost too much, and I really just need to be able to click on, okay, this is exactly what I'm looking for, and I don't want too many options so that I don't feel like I know where to start. So I really appreciated that. And she not only had workouts on there, but she had some meditations as well. And every day I noticed there was a little bit of a talk, like a 3 to 5 minute, we'll call it like a health chat, where she kind of talks about how she sets herself up for success and how she formulates goals and plans and things that she found not helpful too during her fitness journey thus far. So I really appreciated those, and I thought they were really good, and a lot of them made me think about things in a new way. So I really appreciated her perspective on a lot of those things. So those are some of the things I wanted to point out that I really enjoyed. Let's talk about the format. And then I'm going to point out a couple of things that I think could be possibly improved or just weren't my favorite in that kind of category. So the way that the app works is every day when you pull up the app, you get to choose what energy option you are feeling like. I've got my cat here, sorry. Whether you're high energy, in the middle, or low energy. And it's supposed to formulate exercises for you for that day depending upon what energy level you choose. So say it's 6 a.m. and I'm opening my phone. I'm like, I'm going to go ahead and open the Mila app, and I'm not fully awake yet. And I tap, we'll say middle energy, right? As the day goes on, I'm like, you know what? Actually, I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like I could do high energy. You can't go back and change it for that day. Once you've selected your energy level for the day, that is it. So I would recommend, if you're going to be doing this, to just select it right when you're about to do the workout. That's a mistake I made a couple of times, was selecting it before I was going to do my workout and then going, I'm not really sure that's where I'm feeling anymore. Okay, so can't go back and change your activity level for the day. So once you've selected your energy level, it will come up with usually 3 recommendations for you, or 3 activities for the day. One, typically one of those little health chats like I was mentioning, 3 to 5 minutes, somewhere in there usually. And then fitness activity for the day, anywhere from 4 to 20 minutes. And then a third one, sometimes that was a meditation, sometimes it was a stretch, sometimes it was a second like bit of a workout. So you get 3 things every day: a workout, that little health chat we'll call it, and then a third like bonus thing. And here's where it got a little muddy for me. Okay, I really liked all of the content that I saw. I really enjoyed the content. What I had trouble with this app is navigation. So once you select it, you've got your 3 for the day. And then at the bottom, you can choose your profile, and you can see ones that have always, like, all-time recommendations. Like every day that you've chosen, they're not separated by days. It's just a list of all the ones that have ever been presented to you. Then you can do the ones that you've checked that you've done, and then you can do a save. So if you like really liked one, you could put saved and heart it, and you have a list. Here's the things that I found challenging in this setup. There is no search bar. There's no search function. So if it's a day, and I've done the workouts, for example, that she's presented me, and I'm like, you know what, I really want a little bit more because they are relatively short. Or I'm like, oh, you know, I really feel like doing some yoga today. I couldn't just search anywhere yoga, or I couldn't search HIIT workout, or I couldn't search meditation. I would have to scroll through all the ones that have been presented to me to find what I'm looking for. With that being said, also, the only workouts you have access to are the ones that have been presented to you. So if you work out for 3 days, you only have access to 9 videos, okay? So if I had been working out for a month, we'll say 30 days, I would have access to 90 videos. But if I'm only at day 5 or 7 or even halfway through the month, and I'm looking for something a little bit different, you're not gonna see what's even out there. I don't even know the options that are going to be available in the future because I can't see that. All I can see is what's been offered to me thus far. So that gives you a limited amount of videos, which I mentioned earlier. I appreciate that there's not an overwhelming amount of information and material. However, I did find it extremely limited when I wanted a little bit maybe more of a workout. You can always repeat the ones, you know, of course. But if I was looking for a specific type, they're not categorized, there's not the search bar, and you can only see what has been presented to you thus far. You can't look ahead, you can't see like a bank of exercises and choose from them. You can only choose from past exercises presented to you. I don't know if those vary from person to person because I don't know anybody else who's had the app. So I don't know that if I selected moderate energy for the day and somebody else selected moderate energy for the day, I assume we would get the same 3, but I cannot confirm that. So if you know somebody who's done it, maybe you could look into that, or maybe let me know in the comments below if you know the answer to that. So I assume they would be the same, but I can't be sure because I don't know what is being offered besides what was offered to me. And there is no profile setup. So when you click on your profile, there's nothing. It just has your name, which just my first name, which is fine. I, again, don't mind a lot of what I feel like sometimes frivolous stuff. I'm not looking really online on this fitness app to build a community. I'm not trying to do that, but there is no personalization features from what I saw. I do in a lot of apps like to input maybe my age, like can be subjective or whatever. I like to input that I'm a female, or that and my activity level, for example. I like to have sometimes recommendations geared more towards that information that I input, or even customizable colors, customizable menu options. You know, there is no customization. It has your name, and that's it. So if you are down with that, cool, but there is no personalization from what I saw that you can do on this app. So I don't mind there not being like a community thing for it. That doesn't bother me at all. I'm not on there to add friends to this fitness app. I'm not there for that. So I don't mind that at all. But there is a lack of like personal, it doesn't feel very personal, which is fine. Again, it's one of those things of what are you looking for in this app. So I have went over a lot, I feel like, about Mila. So it's time for me to give my overall score and why I did that, and like why I would deduct points. For me, a 10 out of 10 would be my ideal app. It is easy to use. It's user friendly. It has a good variety of workouts, of times of workouts. It's got where I feel like I've got my profile set up. Maybe I can even change the color scheme, things like that. Very interactive. That is my ideal, like 10 out of 10. And I'm sure I'll come up with more the more I explore fitness apps. But I'm going to rate Mila an 8 out of 10. I am taking off points because there is no searchability. You cannot search for a particular style of workout, length of workout. It's not categorized at all. Even in your past workouts, there's just no categorization there. It's not separated into like chats, workouts, meditations. There's none of that. It's just all one big list. So that is really the main reason that I'm taking off a point there. And then also I am deducting because I can't go back and change my energy level for the day if I change my mind. If you make a mistake and you're like, oh wait, I meant to click so-and-so, can't go back. So for those reasons, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. I'm giving it such a high score because for me, the workouts were very suited to where I am in my fitness journey. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Thank you so much for watching. If you have tried this out, let me know down in the comments, and also let me know any that you would like me to try in the future. And I will catch you in a video very soon. Bye.